Happy Friday, everybody. Welcome back to Reality Water Cooler. I am Sarah from Texas, and this is our place to chat all the latest celebrity news, reality TV, anything else that you want. Give us a comment, and we would love to chat about it. Thank you so much for joining live. If you're listening as a replay, thank you, thank you, thank you. I really appreciate it. Luna is being a little feisty today. She's not come and sat on the couch with me yet. She's laying in front of me on my bed. Anyways, okay, I hope you're having a great day. It is Friday. Remember, we do go live now every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 2 p.m. Eastern. It goes up as a replay. It also goes up everywhere you get your podcast at Sarah from Texas. So, anyways, I have got some concerns for housewives. Oh my goodness. I'm concerned about Jen Shaw. I'm concerned about Bryn Whitfield. I'm concerned about Shannon Bador. Why is no one talking about this, y'all? I did watch episode 3 of Real Housewives of Orange County, season 19. It was mind blowing. I still don't know what to believe about Gretchen and Tamara, but we will get into all of that deeper in a minute. But why is no one talking about the fact that I am now living my life having seen Shannon Bador's hoo-ha? I didn't need to see her hoo-ha. I've already seen Sonia Morgan's. Yes. So as you know, a couple of years ago, my girlfriend and I went and saw Sonia in the city. She had on a short silver dress. She was doing something with a chair. We were very up close. If she had a thong on, then it was slipping through the cracks, if you know what I mean. But I expect that from Shannon Bador. Okay, I would say I don't expect it from Shannon, but she's the one that did it. She knew a camera was right there. So if you haven't watched yet, at the very, very end, a lot of people like turn it off after they do the little hurricane drink or whatever they did, but go back and watch. At the very, very end, who's she in the room with? Oh my God, Jen Pedranti? Oh my gosh. Let me look at the clip. And well, maybe I should just show y'all the clip. Yes. Yes, Queen. Let me find the clip. Okay, here we go. Okay, so she's with Jim Pedranti and she's showing her dress and she's got this leg tape on to kind of, unwrinkle the legs as she's sitting. So she's very open with her spank and what she wears and all that stuff. But she clearly has no panties on. Clearly they did not blur all of it. Like I see the side of her hoo-ha. I don't know if I'm disappointed in Shannon, if I'm disappointed in Bravo production. I think it's kind of gross. I really do. And I'm not a prude, but I just think it's kind of, go back and look at it. Maybe the video didn't show it as well, but I promise if you watch it, you literally see her hoo-ha. They did not blur it all out. I almost don't know why they needed to show that. I'm okay, or blur it. I don't know. They clearly wanted to show that she had no panties on. They didn't blur it all out. Like I feel like they make a mockery of Shannon Bador. What do you think? I just thought it was kind of gross. I have no. Oh my goodness. Tracy's like, I didn't even notice that. That's what I am here for. I don't think it looked like she was wearing underwear. I've watched it no more than 8 times, trust me. And I saw the front skin of her hoo-ha. There's no hair, but I saw the front skin. Oh my gosh. Okay. Anyway. Okay. Bryn Whitfield. I made a video last week, like, has anyone checked on her? Because I mean this. I think when you go from a level of Bravo celebrity fandom, and then it's one extreme or another of the hatred. Because remember, everyone loved her. She was so flirty and cute and fun. And, she had that guy that she'd been engaged a few, all the things. And then it went downhill from there, right? We have had a lot of Bravo celebrities, a lot of housewives do some really awful things. And yet fans have forgiven and forgot about it, really, okay? Vicky Gunvalson, fake cancer, Scale Brooks. Some of us forget. I really don't know exactly what Bryn Whitfield did that was so insanely wrong, but compared to other housewives. But anyways, Jenna Lyons from Real Housewives of New York announced today that she is not returning to the new season, which we kind of knew because she was not at BravoCon. This probably means probably Tuesday. It seems like news comes out on Tuesdays, right? Uh, Tiva Tambo says, well, I was about to eat lunch, but not after seeing Shannon's hoo-ha. I know, right? I mean, anyone's hoo-ha. Like, we don't need to see that. Wait, what? Annie says Kelly Dodd reached out to Bravo to come back for season 20 to no avail as Andy has her blocked. I mean, wow, I don't know. Oh, I assumed, okay, we're getting distracted. I will answer that in a second. LLM files about Kelly Dodd, because I did see that video. But she must not have me blocked on TikTok. That's what it is. I think she has me blocked on Instagram, but not TikTok or one or the other. Anyways, where she spilled all the details about her alleged frenemy, on and off again friend, Megan King Edmonds. The details about how she lost her children temporarily. It was pretty gross. Because that's Megan's story to tell, if you ask me. Okay. Jenna Lyons does not, and she thanks Cy, she thanks Aaron, she thanks who else? Anyways, Jessel, she does not mention Bryn Whitfield at all. I think it's just super catty and rude. Like, I really don't like this unless there's more to the story behind the scenes and they've really got some crap on Bryn. I think it's kind of crappy. Like, why not just mention her as a thank you? Like, she was on your cast, allegedly friends, which we know these housewives are not friends before they get cast. Cast meaning you're on a show, paid, blah, blah, blah. Anyways, I just thought it was kind of gross. But what I do think is that this is so hurtful for Bryn. It has to be. It has to be embarrassing. It's all public. It's more than just girls fighting and them saying she's literally making an Instagram post to her however many followers Jenna has. Let's look it up. Just dogging her, if you will, embarrassing her, if you will. Jenna Lyons has 863,000 followers. It's on a story, which means it will disappear in 24 hours. It's not on her. Wait, did she delete it already? Y'all, here's her stories, and there's only one from 2 hours ago, and it's not on her grid. Oh my God. Okay. Who knows? Maybe she deleted it already. I didn't pay attention to what time it was done whenever I saw it. I saw it on my friend Allison Bravo Land's Instagram. So anyways, yes, I did see that about Carlos and Monica from Salt Lake City. Okay. Jen Shaw from Real Housewives of Salt Lake City is going to be released super early, December 10th. Y'all, that is weeks away. She will be home in time for Christmas. She only served 33 months, which reminds me that time really flies because 33 months is over 2 years, almost 3 years she's been in prison. And time just flew by like that. That's crazy to me. Crazy. Okay, real quick in comments, y'all did make it known about did I watch it on your phone or a big screen? No, my TV in my room is only like 40 or 50 inch. I'm looking at it to try to see how big it is. Okay. Somebody mentioned so I don't think we talked about this because it happened yesterday and I forgot to bring it up. Megan King Edmonds, who used to be on OC, on again, off again, friends with Kelly Dodd. The news that she lost temporary custody of her 3 kids. One of them, at least, is special needs. She's made that publicly known. I don't know about any of her other children. She's long dogged Jim Edmonds, her ex-husband and father of these 3 kids. I didn't even know they had much of a relationship. I think he lives in California. I'm not sure. Maybe they both live in St. Louis, whatever it was. When she used to come on Jeff Lewis Live, she lived in St. Louis and would fly in. I'm like, she's not even on TV. Why are you having her on TV? But she's good on TV. So then a TikTok, I think it was, pops up and it's Kelly Dodd reporting on Megan King Edmonds. Now look, if you're good enough friends with someone to bring them to your house after they have their boobies done and their nose done and take care of them, then it's kind of a fine line that even if your claim to fame right now, even if your business is doing celebrity news and Bravo celebrity news, I don't think you need to be reporting on Megan King Edmonds, her very personal business about losing custody of her 3 children. She is very clear in that she's a great mom, all these things, but she's like, she gave one of her kids Ritalin that was not prescribed for that child. And then the news came out that she asked a school nurse to also prescribe that to the kid. So I don't know where the news got out from. Jim, from somebody in her camp. We know at least once, which doesn't mean this is a pattern, but we know at least once or twice Megan King Edmond has lost nannies in the past, right? They've kind of come and gone with her, right? So we didn't really know if that was her or the nannies or what. So no telling who let this out. Did Megan call Kelly Dodd and tell her the details in private and assume she would keep the secret? I don't know how much Kelly might have made on that video. Let's look. Let me see how many things. Also, I don't know what she makes on a video. Just because you get 500,000 views, just because you get 500,000 views on something doesn't mean, after I play this, y'all know she's going to block me for sure. Let me see. Because one of y'all smashers will call Kelly and be like, oh my God, Sarah. See, look, I'm not blocked on TikTok, but I'm blocked on Instagram. Okay. Oh, I guess they do their show from. Maybe nope, here it is.
So I just got off the phone with Megan King Edmonds.
She did get off the phone
and just got off the phone with her. And she said that she gave one of her other twins, Hayes, some Ritalin, I guess, and made her a dangerous mother, her twins. And this I do know. Megan King Edmonds, right? We've had a lot of differences and a lot of fights and a lot.
That's her microwave or something.
She stayed at my house. I took care of her when she got.
Anyways, I'm sure I'll be blocked soon because one of you smashers will rat me out. But whatever. I mean, oh, I wanted to look and see how many views she got for that. Hold on, because it'll show me. Gosh dang it, Kelly Dodd. Okay, hold on. Which one was that? She has 359,000 views. So I don't know. Everyone gets paid a different amount of money per view. So it depends on what she's getting paid. But TikTok is really paying kind of weird lately. So she might have gotten paid at most $300, I think, for that video. So I don't know that that's worth it to admit that you got off the phone with Megan and then tell these details about giving one kid a drug that's not prescribed for them. Like, that's crazy. Yeah, Jet says, Kelly said that she makes a lot of money on TikTok. Well, I don't know about now because it's very different now. Everyone's views are down. Everyone is getting paid less. It's kind of weird. Anyways, I just don't think that she should have said that information. Wait, Michelle, a little late, but I blame the dogs. What does that mean? Oh, the dog. Oh, your work dogs. I know what you mean now. Da-da-da. She's a groomer. She's a dog groomer in Las Vegas. Okay. I did finally last night watch when I got home. I kind of stayed up late because I did go to the Houston Zoo lights, and I was on. There was like 7 of us, but only 2 of us weren't drinking the wine. It was a sip and stroll wine event for adults only at the Houston Zoo where they decorate all the lights, and it was a wine, different tastings and stuff. So 5 of them had the wine tasting package, and 2 of us just had the $49 package, which was just to get into the zoo because I was one of the drivers, one of the designated drivers. Anyways, everyone gets in line to ride the carousel. And then everyone's like, oh, the ones that have been drinking wine, which they were 2-ounce pours. Nobody was drunk at all. But they were like, oh, I don't know that I can spin. Like, I just don't know. It was hot. It was very humid last night. It was a lot. So that combined with wine and it being such a hot night. So my sister-in-law and I were the only ones that rode the carousel. And then we get off and I hear Sarah. So I'm looking because, I mean, I grew up in Houston. I went to college here. I worked here. I lived here my whole life. I just assumed it was a friend that I know. Anyways, it was a jump at. So shout out. Hello. I didn't get to talk to her because I was getting off the thing and then we had to go find our friends. But I stayed up late last night and watched another episode of Wife Swap, the one with Emily Simpson. Oh my God, it was so heartfelt, so hard to watch that wife be cold to her husband. I know it seemed like he wasn't helping much, and all he does is work hard for them, and pays the money for her dream farm in New Jersey. But at the end of the day, she was so raw. I mean, you talk about raw. Andy Cohen should have said, "This is the episode you need to watch about a marriage," not the one where she was saying, "Oh, Bronwyn and Todd were so raw talking about them." No, they weren't. This lady was like, when Emily brings up very nicely and respectfully, I think, but she was like, "Look, I think he misses you. I think he wants to hang out. He wants to be more than just a paycheck." You know what I mean? It was a good episode. But I feel like I used to watch the wife swap shows, and they were super mean to each other and like, "You need to do this and that's the wrong way." Every time I've watched these, I've watched now the Angie K one, I've watched the Emily one, I've watched the Melissa Gorga one. They are so sorry, the lawn guys are here, so she's gonna go crazy. La. Lulu. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. They get the edger out. And anyways, no, ma'am. Oh, you're so mean. And they were, but it's so they're so respectful of saying, "Look, I live a different life. We do things different, but I learned this from your family. I really appreciated when your kids did this. Your husband's doing a great job here. I need to do better here." They've all been lighter and breezier, and I'm here for it. Like, that is not a show where we need to be cutting down and comparing ourselves about how we're being a wife and a mother and how our families and our households are run, right? So I am all for this lighter, breezier wife swap show. Haven't yet watched the Wendy one. That one is intriguing just because of all the legal stuff going on with them now. Now it's come out, Wendy Osefo from Real Housewives of Atlanta, it's now come out that they had like 40 different credit cards in their businesses, their names, different names, aliases. Like, this is not good. Where is Wife Swap? It's on Bravo, but it's also probably on Peacock. And it might be, just Google. If you don't know what a show is on, then just say, "Where can I watch Wife Swap Bravo Edition," or whatever it's called, and it'll tell you. But I know I've recorded it on Bravo. Yeah, she is. Annie says, "I adore Patricia on Southern Charm, as she's the real deal." I did watch the season premiere of Southern Charm. Did we talk about this Wednesday? I didn't love it. I thought I would maybe get back into it. Some people have come, some people have gone. The OGs like Shep, Craig, Carl are all there. Madison. But I just think the whole nonsense with Vanita and Craig is just kind of dumb and overblown. I heard a little bit of the Smiths. Was it the sisters? No. It was Reality Checked yesterday. I heard with Dorinda and Kiki Monique, and they were both saying it was kind of overblown also. I just didn't love the whole episode. I think we did chat about it, but the whole episode just seemed like a whole bunch of a nothing sandwich. You know what I mean? Sherry, yes. Are these new wife swaps? Yes. It's 4 episodes of just wives, housewives that swap with normal women, normal normies like me. And it's very good. Much less cutting and mean. You know what I mean? Yes, Lord, Real Housewives of Prison. Seriously, I know, right? Crazy. Okay. Now that we've talked about Shannon Bedore's hoo-ha, I'm still... Wait. Okay, hold on. You're giving me Kelly information. Jim Edmonds sent Kelly a message about her comments, and Kelly and Rick were just mocking him and read about his messages today. Wait a minute. Am I getting Jim mixed up with... Oh, dang it. The guy who owns the restaurant. Oh my God. Alexis, yes, I think I'm getting Jim Edmonds mixed up with Jim Bellino, because remember Jim Bellino and, Kelly and Rick were friendly at one point, but I don't really know what happened. Thank you, Patrice, for giving me a sticker on YouTube. Thank you. I appreciate it, friend. I don't know how to do that, but okay. Jim Edmonds sent Kelly a message. Yeah, he should have. I mean, these are his kids. This can affect them in the neighborhood. This could affect them getting nannies, getting into a future school, affect their kids. Who cares? Affect their kids. For him to put his feelings aside for his ex-wife, who I think they still hate each other, not sure, and still defend privately. He didn't go on TikTok. He didn't make an Instagram that I'm aware of and berate Kelly. He sent her a message, and then she brings that publicly instead of saying, maybe, I rethought this and I took that video down because maybe I shouldn't have given out that private information and been more respectful, because Lord knows if I'm going through it with my child, which she is, she may not want people, bitch talking her, right? But she does that herself about her own child and her own mother and her own brother. Anyways. Oh, we didn't talk about Southern Charm. Darn it. Okay, I meant to Wednesday. I think I talked so much on DMs with people and I send a voice message. And I think I did because y'all know I ain't got nobody in real life to chat about this stuff. My friends don't watch these shows. None of them do. None of my close friends watch these shows. Anyways, I liked, so I'll just say about the premiere, I liked the rally. I liked the baby shower that they did for Madison. I still can't get used to that Michael has passed away and she's got the new butler, whatever his name is, Patricia. I still want to see good old Michael. Shep is Shep. They're all the same. Anyways, yeah, anything for a rating or $1, y'all say. Okay, speaking of drama, let's get into it. By the way, I don't know. Tracy says, is Craig going to go after Sally? She's beautiful. Yes, the quilt that Craig sewed for Madison's baby girl Teddy was so sweet for sure. I wouldn't be opposed to Craig and Sally together. I mean, I don't know. Super cute, super cute. Okay, let's chat Real Housewives of Orange County, part 3 of the reunion. Season 19 is donezo. All we know is, I don't think we have an official cast, but it seems like everybody is returning except for Katie Janela. I've not seen Katie's name mentioned, which is interesting. Don't get me wrong. I think she's a big fat liar, liar pants on fire. But I also think so is Tamra. I did not believe Tamra. Okay, we'll get into it. I did not believe Tamra when she was like, what? I would never. I've had this job 15 years. I know how to do my job. I've never let anything leak. I was like, well, you got a podcast. You do talk to people. Wait, what? Kelly's always drunk. This is according to LL. Kelly's always drunk and she definitely doesn't like Rick. She just came back from a trip with her billionaire friends, supposed to be a weekend, and she stopped a week and said she was depressed to be home. Yikes. Wait, who is that? Sherry says, anytime someone says Sally, I think of that bodybuilder murderer lady. Who's a bodybuilder murderer lady? Yes, Tracy's like, all Tamara did was say it is Slade, 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 Slade over and over. K Kitty said they all lie. I mean, I don't know. I don't think Gina and Emily lie. I don't think Heather Dubrow lies. Does Shannon lie? I don't know. Maybe she omits stuff. I don't know. Okay. Last night, part 3 was on. I watched it this morning. They talk about Gretchen. Gretchen follows now over 4,800 people on Instagram. At the time, she said she follows like 4,500. So I don't know if since then she's followed 300 more. Liking a comment is very different than choosing to hit the follow button. So the whole drama here that ended on the season finale was that Tamra, about a month before, had told Gina, hey, it's all over Reddit. Everyone's talking about it. All these bloggers. I never saw anything. Now, I don't follow Reddit. I don't go to Reddit. I've never had a Reddit account. I don't follow Tamra. I don't listen to Two Teas in a Pod. Maybe I've listened to it 4 or 5 times. But do I think people send the housewives nasty information on other people? Abso-freaking-lutely. Does Tamra have fan accounts? Does she have a lot of people that are like always rallying for her? No. If anything, Tamara has negativity about her. Like nobody's ever like Team Tamara. Takes a lot for anyone to be Team Tamara. So the fact that she's claiming all these people give her this information and she doesn't spill anything, the fact that she has quit several times shows to me how mean she can get whenever she wants, if she's mad at someone. She brings up dirt, she stores information and then spits it out, right? Like fire. So the fact that she's quit Housewives a few times, that would definitely be the time when she would want to ruin and get out all the information about the show as it's going on and kind of ruin the show, right? This is what happened or tried to happen with Vanderpump Rules. It got to where even TMZ, my beloved, was filming them and showing what they're wearing and what they're talking about. And oh, this person got into a fight. It almost was in real time, and we weren't going to see it for 5 to 7 more months. So it kind of was ruining the season for me. And I talked about that because I don't love seeing spoilers. That's why I don't follow that many people on Instagram. And I certainly don't have enough time to go and watch all of their stuff. Even if I flip through their Instagram stories, spoiler alert, sometimes I don't stop and look at them. I'm just like, boop, 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 you know, like wiping my butt and just like hitting the flip through button just to give people views, you know. But the whole thing is that Tamara told Gina, and then Gina brings up that it's been known or said that Gretchen has been liking really awful comments. And then they look into on Instagram and Twitter and whatever. Then they look into it, or somebody does. Now, did somebody look at all 4,800 people that she follows? Like, that's a shit ton of time and energy, right? But the fact that they're saying that, and then they found these people's accounts that are known. Like, if someone looks at my account, they're not going to be like, oh, she's a dog account. I mean, if y'all really follow me, you'll know that I have a dog named Luna. You'll know when we got her, how we got her. You'll know on Tuesday, she loves our housekeeper. You'll know things like that. She loves to swim. But nobody would ever say, oh, Sarah from Texas Podcast is a dog account. She talks about her dog all the time. That's just one of many. Most people will say, I talk celebrity news, Jeff Lewis, especially when I listen to him every day and went to his events, and Bravo Celebrities, right? The shows that I watch, the reality TV that I watch. If somebody has an Instagram account, they have a known theme of what they talk about, right? What their content is. So Gretchen is saying, I might have followed these people in 2020 when the election was going on. I follow left-wing people and I follow right-wing people. And even Andy Cohen is like, you have a right to follow whoever you want, left-wing, right-wing, political, whatever. The point is, if you're still following those people and they are hate mongers about the LGBTQ plus, literally, I'm going to get it wrong. Whatever. The alphabet, the community. Okay. The queer community. If they are negative about that and you're following them, that's alarming. You should be like, wait a minute. That's not the content I knew they did. I liked them because they said something about God, is what Gretchen says. I'm going to go unfollow them. Instead, she's like, dumbfounded, not really defending herself, and says, this is why I was so dumbfounded. I didn't know what was going on. I didn't know where the proof was. Since the reunion aired, since they filmed that, she's like, I hired this company for thousands of dollars of my own money. And a lot of these accounts came back to Tamara Judge. Tamara, the one that was posting and saying good things about herself. Remember when Jax Taylor got caught doing this, and saying negative things about Gretchen, right? So maybe those accounts are the ones that was sending stuff to the bloggers. Maybe that's someone that's posting things on Reddit and posting receipts, hoping that this stuff gets picked up, because then it makes her look better, right? Since it all came out at the end of the reunion that Tamara is feeding very specific stories in real time to bloggers and content creators and other people trying to get that information out, trying to get it ruined. You know what I mean? Chris, I've probably heard it from Bevy. Christina says Bevy calls it the gay alphabet. Yeah, and that's not a negative thing. That just, it's just easier. T with Tambo says, I've just learned Andy no longer has the say that he once had. He doesn't want Jen Shaw back, but he said it wasn't his decision. No, he's not an executive producer on some of the shows. So he doesn't have much say, but that's also just like taking it down a notch, right? He has so many jobs. He can't be executive producer on all of them. I think he just sticks with the ones that he truly has a heart for and loves. You know what I mean? I don't know. Okay, but I don't know what to believe. Gretchen's got 1 million followers. She follows 4,800 people. I don't know how, as of today, I don't know that she needs to make time, but she probably needs to hire a little intern, a cousin, a neighbor friend to go through her Instagram and just kind of look at the profile. And if it's gross, like obviously gross, just hit the unfollow button. That's all you got to do. Or hit the follow button and it goes to the unfollow, right? So I don't know what to believe in there, but Tamara yells at her, "You're a homophobic bitch." And I'm like, that's ballsy. And then when Gretchen is threatening her and accusing her, she's like, "I'm going to sue you." I'm like, who was it? Was it Heather Dubrow? No, I feel like it was Gina or Emily. Somebody is like, all Tamara and Gretchen are doing is digging up social media, blogger information, Reddit nonsense that could or could not be true. People that have way too much hate in their heart and time on their hands, maybe posting fake stuff about people. I don't know. I've certainly had it done to me. So I don't put it past anybody doing it to these super famous, super rich housewives, right? Tamara was completely playing the victim until the very end. They're all taking pictures together and she's like talking and whining to Andy. They're all talking about going to lunch or to dinner afterwards. And they're like, well, only if Tamara doesn't go. I mean, talk about the black sheep. It's Tamara and Katie. And we now know Tamara and Katie hosted a party at their house or a party somewhere for the reunion, right? Together, not with anybody else. Was anyone else there? No, I think it was just the two of them. Wait, what? Sherry says Heather McDonald included Tamara and Jesus as one of the famous breakups of Bravo. Ha ha. Who's Jesus? Do you mean Eddie? I have no idea what you're talking about. Hey, Lisa in Kentucky. How the heck are you? Anyways, I'm missing some of y'all's comments, and I love y'all's comments. Oh, that's okay, Joey. Or Joy, Drew. Yeah. Anyways, Reddit ain't the truth, Tamara. Like, I don't know what to tell you. You are famous. You're on a housewives show that a lot of people talk crap about you. You know when fake stuff is said. You know when true stuff is said. You know when there's kind of a little bit of the truth. I just didn't believe her. Did y'all? I didn't believe her when she was like, I wouldn't do that. It just looked like the 13-year-old girl like lying to mom about sneaking out. Like, I would never. And it's like in the background, the window's still open. You know what I mean? Like, yes. Marla says Tamara is so angry and hateful. And that's what happened. She gets angry and hateful and vengeance. She is so full of vengeance. She will do anything. She'll bring up dirt. I think she'll keep dirt from people too, right? If it doesn't work into her system. But that's why I feel like I definitely believe that, I guess it's a guy blogger that his voice was changed and he's saying, look, I don't want to give out who I am, but I've got all this information. The fact that this blogger had information on Shannon being upset about not being invited to the Bravo upfront, you can see the little smirk on Tamara like, oh, you weren't invited? And then you see them talking about it in the car. And she's like, yeah, I did call the uppers at Bravo, the people and say, what's going on? They're like, no, we love you. Why would anyone else want to put that out there? Tamara wants to put that out there to be friendly, be chummy with the bloggers. So maybe they won't talk trash about her. They won't report bad stories about her. Maybe they'll promote her Vena CBD. I don't know. Talk about her as a mom, her separate, her estrangement from her daughter, Sophie. I mean, I don't know what her reason is, but she's very vengeful. She's very filled with hate. And I feel like she will do and say those kinds of things. Oh, really? Sandy says Tamara was on Jeff Lewis Live today with Eddie. Wow. Interesting. I know. Where's all of our people? Where's Michael Riley, May Boo, Mama Judy? Where's our OGs? Anyways, probably the time change didn't help, but that's true. Annie says, I've learned to watch all these Bravo franchises with a sense of humor. It's so much more fun. But some of it gets really dark. You know what I mean? Okay, Kitty says, Tamara's interview with Jeff was really good today. Anybody want to tell me the highlights? The highlights of it? I do think Tamara leaks to the bloggers. I think they all talk to the bloggers. She was just trying to make it seem like, well, everyone does. We all say, no. There's a big difference between like me saying that I talked to the housewives, maybe, and I really don't, maybe I'll reply to their story and be like, oh, cute dress or whatever. But I would never say that I talk to housewives because I don't talk to housewives like that, and if I did, I wouldn't say it, to y'all, but I don't. But for Tamara to be like, all of y'all, no, it's very different. The call is coming from in the room, inside the house, as they say it, right? So something is going on. Hey, Michelle, I'll bring you up in just a second. Somebody is leaking the information. And to me, Tamara's the only one that has the known hatefulness, spite, revenge personality, and opportunity. Why would she not talk to bloggers and have relationships with them? She does a podcast all about the housewives. It benefits her financially to talk to the bloggers. It doesn't benefit the other ladies. I mean, I guess Emily has do they all have a podcast? No, maybe they do. Tamara's the only one that gets a reward from this, if that makes sense. Is Mabu here? Wait, is she? Oh, she is. Hello. We were just chatting about you. Okay, let me bring Michelle up. Let me make sure I can hear. Michelle? I don't know. See you or... Ay. What am I doing here? This messed up the other day. Let me make sure. Give me a second. Audio. Oh, she went off. Did I mess it up? Geez Louise. I've got to get the technology figured out. It was working the other day. Try it again, Michelle. I'm so sorry. I keep thinking what I did wrong last time. How did I fix it? I'm trying to remember. Something. I didn't change anything. And I know I had somebody on, Veronica was on earlier this week, remember? Telling us the inside scoop about being a flight attendant and what she thought about the Lisa and Meredith of it all from Salt Lake City. Okay, if anyone else wants to come on, copy and paste. I will put it right here. Hopefully it will work. Sorry about that, y'all. Maybe she had to run. Let me know, Michelle. Okay, Jen Helen says, I think it was Jen and Ryan and Gretchen and Slade's mission to take Tamara down this season. They wanted revenge. Jen and Ryan? I mean, I guess they definitely have some history for darn sure. Yes, maybe it was here. Yes, she is. To Tamara, Reddit is true when it's about someone else and it's lies when about her, Lucy says. That is genius. Jet says, did you see that girl that DM'd Tamara horrible things about offing herself, then was fired after Tamara exposed her? Yikes. But I don't know if offing Tamara, like a threat, that needs to go to the police, right? I don't know if that needs to go public and get her fired. That needs to go to the police. Very interesting. Oh my gosh. Jet says, turns out the girl's actually a therapist. Oh my goodness. Y'all, a therapist like consults other people, helps other people? Wow. Hey, Charlie Charles, did you hear about drunk Kelly Dodd and her husband trash talking about Chef Stu being thirsty at BravoCon? Oh, that's disappointing because they were all friendly when it worked for them. You know what I mean? They were all friendly to Chef Stu when he was dating Jeff Lewis. I did see on TikTok. So I normally I'm not caught up with my Instagram DMs, sorry, but for some reason I think it's really hard to get or to read my TikTok messages because a lot of it is just a dude that'll be like, "Hey," and I can see that on the preview, and I'm like, I just delete, just swipe, don't even open it. But some of them are like, sent you a video. And some people will send me really good videos, and a lot of you that are on here. So I opened one today, and it's a long video of looks like it's a podcaster. I forgot her name. A podcaster talking to another friend, it looks like, talking about her getting invited to Margaret Joseph's soiree party by somebody. She doesn't say who. All it is, it's a good friend of Margaret's. And whoever it is, they're a good friend of Jeff Lewis. So then she says, I would love to come. Thank you so much. I'm hanging out with Chef Stu that night or this weekend. We're going to a show, Amy Phillips show. Stu had gotten her a ticket to Amy Phillips. And she didn't want to be rude and not invite him to this soiree. It sounds like the girl knows and listens to Jeff Lewis Live. She knew the history between Chef Stu. She probably definitely knows the history of Margaret and Chef Stu and, all that. She had to have known that it was iffy to invite or ask for Chef Stu to come along with her. But she does. The person says yes, and then they almost immediately are like, in hindsight, that's not going to fly. Can you please uninvite Chef Stu? And then she says that Chef Stu is upset because he's like, look, I was friends with Margaret even before I was dating Jeff Lewis. So I don't know. It made me feel a certain way because obviously January 2024, I had my own stuff with that. And it did feel kind of like it's fine if Margaret drops. I don't know. How do you say this? I guess what I see is I did hear, and I talked about this the other day, that Heather McDonald was at her soiree party. So I assume she was invited or she was approved to be on the list, the invite list. Jeff Lewis was also there. So they know, Marge knows that they have beef. I would assume she does. I mean, she listens. Marge Sr. definitely listens to the show. She's a huge Jeff Lewis fan. So when Marge got word that Chef Stu was on the invite list, I think she let it be known, look, we don't need him to come. I'm really good friends with Jeff Lewis. I think it'd be awkward, what have you. So it just felt also interesting that this girl who's clearly woman that's clearly friends with Chef Stu would go on and tell all those details because it seemed negative about Chef Stu. You know what I mean? Okay, here it is. Her LL says her podcast is called Murder-ish, which is kind of funny. And she was with Stu all weekend at BravoCon. So as we know, years ago, when probably before Jeff was dating Stu, but I had replied to a DM of Chef Stu, or not a DM, a story on Chef Stu's Instagram, and he replied back. Then we started chatting. Before I knew it, I was invited to the season 1 Hollywood House Love premiere party. Then I was on the list. Then I had his phone number. We would chat a lot. We met up a lot in person. I became really kind of close with him. Like I would never have told you all that at the time. And I definitely kept that to myself at the time and such. So I say that to say, I hear from a lot of you. It is not a secret. It's the worst kept secret in LA that Chef Stu chats with fans on the phone. He meets up with them. He does stuff with them. So he's definitely chatty. So it doesn't surprise me at all that he would be hanging out with this podcaster and became friendly with her. It just felt a little icky that she was telling all the details about this, and it's got a bunch of views. So it's making her money. It's getting her popular, more and more popular, what have you. So I get it, but I don't know. Maybe says, after watching her and Stu, she seems hungry. Wait, where'd it go? Hungry, sweet, but hungry for fame. I mean, let's be clear. That's kind of what social media is about, right? The money and the fame. Let's be clear. So I'm not going to act like I'm not here for that. I'm here because I have nobody to chat this crap with, and y'all are the only ones that get it. Like I always say from the beginning, I could say like back roads, honey, and everyone knew. Say it with me, Megan. Like everyone knows what to say. If I say cooking kibitz, the world would look at me like I was crazy. But everyone knows. Say it with me, Doug. If I say, this is a hard one, Patterson, say it with me, Jameson, because Jeff used, anyways, y'all know all the details. If I say Jeff Lewis Stalker, say it with me, me. Anyways, y'all get what I'm saying. And that's why I wanted to chat with y'all, because I don't have, you know what I mean? I did chat with Stu a lot through his breakups and grief. But anyways, I did watch the clip. Somebody asked me about that, I think on Monday or Wednesdays, that Susan Powter was on the Today Show, that her documentary just came out. I don't know, if she wouldn't have screwed me over and ghosted me, I would be promoting the F out of her documentary and her book. And anyways, it's okay. I'm just Sarah from Texas, just doing my thing, having people F me over all day long. It's all right. It's okay. It's okay. Anyways, I love that y'all know all the little things. Y'all tell me in comments your favorite reality TV or Jeff Lewis phrase that none of your friends would know, but we all know, right? Anyways, don't really have much more to chat about. I am getting caught up on 90 Day Fiance. I watched the Tell All Part 2. I don't know if we already chatted about that, for Happily Ever After, which seems like a few of them are not happily ever after at all. I did see finally that Brandon and Julia told her parents live on the tell-all that she's 7 months pregnant. She told Brandon's parents that they're pregnant. That was very cute. So I'm excited. I guess they've had the baby by now, right? I mean, yeah, that would definitely have had to have been more than 2 months ago. You know what I mean? Yes. What about Caller Annie? Caller Annie. Amy, do you mean? Oh, I made a video about that girl. Caller Amy, is that what you mean? Let me know if you mean Amy. I don't know who Caller Annie is. Anyways, yes, y'all say a prayer for Annie, and I'm so glad you're doing well. She was in the hospital for almost a month. No, I shouldn't say Annie. Annie, Trumpet Annie, not Annie in Florida, not Annie, Jeff's video person. Oh my gosh, confusing there. Anyways. Gosh, we have like 12 more minutes. Shout out Shane is definitely a phrase that none of our friends would know. Do they still say it on the radio when people call in? I'm assuming they do. Who's Julia? Yes. Lisa says, Julia from 90 Day Fiance is such a weirdo. Brandon is too. They're not my favorite at all. Julia could suck an egg. She's so rude to Brandon's parents. I think so too. I mean, he's their only child. I mean, don't get me wrong. I think Betty is super thirsty and she kind of grosses me out in a lot of ways, but I do think she really cares about Brandon and Julia. And I feel like she's taken Julia in and been nothing but nice to her. And I feel like Julia is just batshit crazy for her. It's crazy. Oh my God, Charlie Charles. Yeah, we just chatted about this about 10 minutes ago. If you're just joining us, we did already talk about the Megan King Edmonds and Jim Edmonds and Kelly Dodd nonsense. But Charlie Charles is saying that Jim Edmond called his current wife a past porn star. Well, then why is he picking all these people? Like, if you're going to dog on everyone you've dated or gotten married to, maybe it's you that's the problem. You know what I mean? Cecile says, I'm starting to like Julia a little bit. I mean, she became more relatable. I'm glad that they were trying to get pregnant. I never want a couple to get pregnant because one person wants a baby. I think that's a disaster for the marriage waiting to happen. I think bringing a kid into the world is a very big decision, and I'm glad that they both agreed on it. I think her culture and her history with miscarriages that she announced on the tell-all meant that she was super nervous, and she's got a high-risk pregnancy to tell people that she was pregnant. But I just think that's your in-laws, though. That's Brandon's parents and your parents, and you went 7 months without telling them. Yeah, Julia and Brandon and Betty and the husband, Ron, are on TikTok a lot together. Oh my gosh. Sherry says, I'm recovering soft tissue injury on my leg from lower airbags. The guy left turned in front of me, no room to stop. Oh my gosh, all of our chumpettes are injured. Continued prayers for everyone, y'all. He should be upset with her. I thought it was gross. Jamie Rice. Who's Jamie Rice? I feel like I've seen that name on something. Robin says Jamie Rice has a great interview on Juicy Scoop about her documentary and pod about white collar crime women. I feel like I just saw a clip on something. Jamie Rice sounds super familiar, so I don't know. Submit and Jenny, boy, she is being a biatch to Submit and to his parents. I mean, why? Okay, 90 Day Fiance again. Why did nobody know that not having running water at this cafe was going to be an issue? Why did they let the mom and dad buy all these ingredients, chop them up, cook them, and where did they think the water came from? They then made them throw away all that food. So that's money they don't have, time they don't have, but also why did no one think they had accurate water? Like how did that slip through the cracks? And then what's her face? Jenny is bitching and moaning that they're giving out samples. Instead of samples, they were giving out full size amounts. I mean, Jenny. Sorry, let me make my computer go down. Luna, go lay down, baby. Go lay down. They're okay. You're okay. You're okay. Okay, lay down. Lay down. Gonna get the lawn, guys. You're okay. You're okay. Oh, say hi. Say hi. Oh, goodness. You don't have a mean bone in your body. What you doing? What you doing? Settle down, girl. Settle down, girl. Yes. I like scratching her butt right there. Makes her lick her tongue or makes her tongue go out. Oh, she ain't going to do it today. Okay. Oh, well. TT says, I lived in India. I totally understand her and all she's going through. So do you side with Jenny, though? I just think I mean, first of all, the fact that Sumit's family has accepted her when she is like 30 years older. Apparently, the age gap thing is a huge culture issue in India. Like that's embarrassing to their family, all these things, much less the fact that they'll never have children, which is a huge thing to them. Jenny is 60 something years old. They're not having any kids. You know what I mean? I don't know. Who is that? I know, Lisa. I don't think it's meant to eat in the restaurant. I think it's kind of like a grab and go type thing. But the fact that they're going to sell like burgers and fries and coffee, and then Jenny doesn't know how to use the machine. She's getting all pissy. She didn't even look dressed up. I mean, they didn't have matching shirts on. They don't have shirts that look like they're an employee. I mean, it looked like she woke up from her pajamas, taken a nap, and then went to work. It was kind of gross. And then that customer that was waiting for coffee and was like, okay, but I got to go. Like, I can't wait this whole time. And then Jenny's just getting pissy that she forgot the directions. I'm like, if you're renting this equipment, you need to know how to use it. It was kind of weird. Yeah. Where are they going to use the bathroom? How would a cafe get approved by the sanitary people or whoever those people are that look into that stuff with no running water? Like if that wasn't good water to use for cooking, it's so weird. That was a long time ago. They haven't talked about that again at all. Sherry says, didn't Submit say that he would conceive a baby with a childbearing age to please the mom? They did mention that a long time ago. They don't even have money for themselves. That's why Jenny wants this cafe to be successful so they can go rent an apartment that they can't afford again. When the culture is that you live with your in-laws, like they all live together, not just for money. That's just the culture and taking care of each other. But they ain't got two nickels to rub together. I need to watch that. I haven't. It's not recording. I guess I had to set it up. Cecile says Heather Gay's documentary got a little too dark, deep dark. I need the Mormonism one. What's the real name of it? I guess I'm going to have to record it because sometimes housewife stuff will record, but it didn't record for me. Just like in years past, I thought all these shows that Andy Cohen filmed at BravoCon would air as a Watch What Happens Live, so it would already air for me. I had to go look the names of them up and hit record to record them. They didn't show up under my Watch What Happens Live thing, so for sure. Lisa says Sumit and Jenny seem like they're desperate to make money and move out of his parents' house. I love Sumit's long hair. I think I like his long hair, but then it looks kind of Surviving Mormonism. That's the name of Heather Gay's thing. I need to watch it. It's a 3-parter on Bravo, and it's probably on Peacock also. TMZ really stirred it up big time. Y'all know this TLC documentary that's coming out January 1st about Mary from Salt Lake City. That's going to be crazy. I'm saying it now. I feel like she's going to take a turn. I feel like everyone's going to turn on her after this, which is, I don't know, sad. She's going through it with her son. I don't know. I don't know. I feel for her. I feel for her. Oh, the Ask Andy. LL says, I watched the interview with Jeff and Andy. It was cringe. God, it was cringe. Yeah. Anyways. Okay. What else y'all want to chat about? If y'all are, I don't even know that I have this thing right. I think it's right, but let me know if, hit the copy and paste if you want to come on or comment or put it in comments. We've got about 4 minutes left. Oh, BravoCon aired on Hey You in the UK. So that's good to know. You can get it all there. I mean, last time they aired some of these panels, not all of it. They didn't have these people like Chanel Ian interviewing and all these podcasters like Ryan Bailey that they paid to do interviews and air on the Peacock in real time like that weekend. So I don't know if that'll make more people want to go to BravoCon or make less people want to go to BravoCon. I don't know. Lisa says, I haven't watched Dancing with the Stars. I watched it a couple of times. We're behind on The Amazing Race, which is a bunch of Big Brother people that I don't know all of them, but I just like Amazing Race. I like them talking about the historical places they're going, showing it. I like that they're Big Brother people. I do know some of them because we watched Big Brother this past season. Just so you know, I'm still so obsessed with Todd Chrisley and his family, Lisa says. She is obsessed with Todd Chrisley. For sure. Y'all know that Jen Shaw is only away in prison like a few hours from me. She's in what's it called? Not where Texas A&M is. She's not in College Stations, but it's real near there. Oh my gosh, my brain went blank. There's a prison there, I guess, and that's where she's at. So it's only a couple of hours from me. I don't know. The whole Peacock thing got a little confusing, Sherry, because they would put stuff up and they would take it down. At one point, I saw Ryan Bailey interviewing someone, but then I don't know. I guess I can look and see if it's up. Let's see. Let's see what's on Peacock real quick. Peacock. Okay. So for me, when I bring up Peacock and I type in BravoCon 2025, this is what all shows up. So, well, that's housewife stuff. So look, if I put on BravoCon Live with Andy Cohen, see, I don't even know what that is. New episodes, weekdays. It's definitely, so I think that's the episodes of the Watch What Happens Lives that he did. Yeah, Dynamic Duos, the Bravo Showgirls. Oh, it's only 21 minutes of it. So it's not the whole thing. Oh, were they not an hour? The Reading Room, Charming House Rules. Is that this year's? It's 2 seasons of it. Ugh, see, it's a little confusing. BravoCon panels 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. A ton of the panels are up. But I don't think any of these are the interviews like with Chanel Ian and Ryan Bailey and a lot of other people that were paid to do it. So I don't know. Yeah, I think so too. Peacock is not user friendly, Chanel says. Cecile says. Jordy says, just curious why you don't listen to Jeff Lewis live anymore. What happened that turned you off? I just think a combination of me not having time to listen to 2 hours a day. Clearly, if it was important enough to me, I would make the time. I think it's a combination of his fans are so cruel to me that I figured if I just quit talking about him mostly, then maybe they'll leave me the hell alone after 3.5 years, but I doubt it. And the fact that, he had literally come out and said that I was like, or implied, highly implied that I was crossing boundaries and, possibly stalking his daughter at school, just absolutely false things. He never stuck up for me. He never said to his fans, leave her the F alone. She's just a normal girl doing a fan account about me. Like she's just doing her thing. Like I've never done anything bad to them, ever to any of the chumps. Nobody can ever say I've stalked anyone in my life. I've never been cruel to anyone. I've never asked for favors. I've never overstepped my boundaries. I do respect and understand in hindsight that Jeff did not appreciate me asking for gifts and prizes for my live event in January 2024. I explained myself and apologized to him directly when we talked. And I don't know, it just felt like a girl chasing a boy that was being super rude to her. And I started to feel stupid, if that makes sense. So I love the Jeff Lewis live show. I want to listen, but it just started to feel like I was that girl that was chasing after someone that absolutely didn't want her. And my heart was pure, just being a fan and just wanting to talk about his show, something that I don't have any other people to do with. And, after 3 years, it just was a little too much dogging, piling on, if you will. So, anyhows, on that note, we will go. Thank you so much for joining live. We do this every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 2 p.m. Eastern. So join us here on YouTube or watch the replay or listen anywhere you get your podcast at Sarah from Texas. Have a fantastic weekend, y'all. And thank y'all for being amazing. Thank you. I see your comments. Thank you.